Hello and welcome back to HowToBloke. Now today we're going to be on the salad theme. We're going to be doing potato salad but without mayonnaise, and you can serve it hot or cold. Cold potato salad, yeah, hot potato salad, or warm, depending on what you want. What you'll need is to make this is you'll need a few ingredients. You'll need an onion, medium or big one. You'll need some peppers in a jar, grilled peppers in a jar. You need some salt and some new potatoes. Now these are new potatoes. You never get them, well you do get them bigger than this, that's not true, but that's what you need. Now how many potatoes do you need? Well, I would say just portion them out how many people you're cooking for. Always try and do this before so you don't overcook things. You don't make too much. I don't think this freezes very well, so you need to make kind of the right amount to start with. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of thing. So if you've got 4, if you need more, then but that's what I've done. You see how to portion it out, kind of thing. So that's roughly what you need. Now in this bag here, I've got a few left. Now there's no point keeping those for anything, unless you've got an animal. You keep an animal that eat these things, but maybe you won't. I'll tell you what you could do, is you could cook them up at the same time and keep them for eggs and fried potatoes. Now, they're talking now. And we're going to do that, we're going to make potato salad with all of these. So, I'll just show you how to cut a few of these, but I'll fast forward through the rest because you don't want to see me cutting all these things. So, you get your potato like that, potatoes, and you want to cut them into kind of, you can't do that, it's got to fit in the mouth, okay, so you can't leave it like that. It's got to be cut in a little bit. So that's the sort of size you want to do. So big thumb size like that. Okay. So no bigger than that. That's as big as you want. Cut that bit out. Big as you want there, because put it in your mouth. Camera. You gotta get it in. So you don't want to get it in too big. So what I'm going to do is ask the camera person to continue filming this, and we'll speed it up with the advances in technology that we have. Okay, now we've done all those potatoes. Now these ones I've rejected, and you'll see why. Look, they've got these brown bits in it. Now these brown bits mean the potato at some point has had a difficulty with a bug or two, or it's not grown properly. I don't want to cook these because I don't need to. I've got enough in there. A couple of, if you waste a couple, they're no big deal, is it? So if you're unsure about them, chuck them out. I'm going to do that. Oh, you could probably eat these a bit safe, but there's only 2 there, so don't worry about it. In this pan, this is a big big saucepan. We're going to put a little bit of salt in there. I don't know, about that much. And we're going to boil this up. Now, when we boil it, we've got to make sure that. Let me hook a bit out of this. Now, at the moment, I'll use a bit here. This is. It's quite well. You can't feel that obviously because you're watching it on a camera, but it's got too much give in it. So we want the potato when it's cooked just to be done, not overly done. I mean that you can't squish that, but I would expect. Well, you'll see what I mean later. So how many minutes do you want to put on for? Well, this water's cold in there at the moment, but so you want to put it on for 15 minutes on maximum. Come back and check it. I'm just going to tip a little bit of water out of that. So 15 minutes. Come back and check. And what you're going to have to do is stick. It's important for this recipe because you overcook the potatoes, you ruin it. So we're going to come back and check the softness of those in 15 minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to put this on, and hopefully the ring will. Oh yes, it's heating up now. Good. Okay. So whilst that is happening, we'll cut some stuff to go in it. Now you can use spring onions for this, scallions or salad onions. It's probably better for this than an ordinary onion. But no worries, you can use an ordinary onion. Red onions even better. Shallots even better than that. So onion. So use what you can get your hands on easily. You don't need a special trip to the shops to get a spring onion or something. That's not worth it. Not worth the diesel. Anyway, so you've got your onion. How much onion do you need? Well, I think I'm going to need another one, because onion gives you a lot of flavour, and therefore I shall add another one. I mean, you could do a mixture of onion and shallot. Use whatever oniony thing you got. That's what you need to do, and use whatever oniony thing you got. This knife's a bit sharp. I'm a bit blunt. I'm going to have to sharpen it. Wait 1 second. Yeah, so that means that those 2 onions there is enough for that amount of potatoes. Now we're going to make these onions into small, not super small pieces, but small enough. So, but big enough rather, so you can see them so they don't disappear. Now, to cook after these potatoes are boiled up, we're going to cook them again in a different way, and for that you need a kind of a wok-shaped pan like that, a wok or a skillet like that kind of thing. So what we'll do now is we'll whilst we chopped all these onions, as I say, it doesn't have to be super neat, super small, just like that. Yeah, that's just about the right amount. You could put more in, or you could put less in, but less than that, not really. The recipe doesn't really work properly. Okay. Would you use frozen onions for this? No, it doesn't work. Don't use frozen onions. Chop your own. So that goes in there, like that. Excuse me, I'll have to cough. So, okay, let's get rid of this rubbish. Now, what else are we going to put in? Well, you could put in, as I say, spring onions or things, but we're going to keep it simple then. You can add what you like, when you like. So we're going to add some peppers, and these peppers are grilled and then stuffed in a jar. They're super tasty, and you don't want to add too much, otherwise it's going to take over the taste of the potato, and these are quite strong. They're not spicy hot, chili hot things. They're just cooked to have a lot of smoky flavour things. You can see where they've been burnt here, roasted in the oven. So we're going to cut these into small strips like that. Microfine the strips like that, and we're going to go again. We're going to go back the other way. So tiny little cubes like that. We want something that's easy to toss. Well, I'll show you what I mean by that. So that can go in there like that. Now you're thinking, oh, can I put some garlic in there? Oh, sure you can. Sure you can. You don't have to put it in there. You don't have to put it in there at all. But I'll put some in. I'm not going to put it in together with this because garlic can burn. Garlic cooks very quickly because it's got a lot of oil in it. So we're just gonna prepare it so that it's ready to do in when it comes to it. So it's what you need to do is just going to be do this kind of thing, and then that's good. Cut the ends off first before you squash it, because the flesh of the garlic comes away from the skin a bit easier. And kind of we're going to leave it like that. So we don't need any more garlic. You can put more in if you're a garlicaholic. Is there such a thing? I don't know. Garlic is good for you. It's said to be is said to be something that is good to eat. The onions are good. The peppers or the capsicums in there are good, so that's good. And this recipe is without mayonnaise, remember? I mean, mayonnaise is okay, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have an argument with it, but you don't always want mayonnaise. Now you're going to say to me, well, what are we going to have this with then, these potatoes? Well, tonight we're going to have a salad. I haven't quite done it yet, because I'm just doing this bit. We're going to have a salad and we're going to have some sausages. I don't know at the moment if they're going to be merguez sausages, spicy sausages made with beef and lamb, or just ordinary ones. But tonight, for this, you could have, well, it's just potatoes, just a side veg. So think about where you could go with something like a chop, or a piece of salmon, or a piece of, I don't know, lamb chops or something. You know, but I'm thinking summery here, so something light and summer food, something like that, potato salad with a salad, a green salad, and something else. So, but we'll come back when these are done, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay. Right, 15 minutes. I checked the potatoes for 15 minutes. They weren't quite done. Turn this off. I put them on for another 3 minutes. Now, if I get this potato out, I'll show you. Now, you don't want them soft. You want them a little bit of resistance. This is the back of the knife, okay? You want them like that. So, they're not al dente. I've never heard of al dente potatoes. But kind of firm, just firm to the bite. Now, the reason for this is we're going to cook them again. And they'll continue to cook as they're warm. So, you don't want them soft. Now, if you find that you have to cook your potatoes more after 15 minutes, do it in 3-minute intervals. Do it in 3-minute increments, so that you don't. Because I told you, if you overcook it, you ruin it, and you'd have to make it into a mashed potato or something. So it needs to be. These potatoes need to be spot on. That's the only tricky part of this recipe. Trust me. So what we're going to do is drain those. Drain those in the sink. Can you keep the water for anything? Not really. I can't think of a use for that. Potato water. Careful, steam is hotter than water, so be careful you don't burn yourself. So, we've got those potatoes. Now, just to recap, in here we have the onion and the pepper, the roasted pepper thing that we've just done. Now we're going to add a little bit of salt in there, and some black pepper. This is that run out again. Oh, there's too many pepperholics in this house. But Chefy's salt. A Chefy's salt in there. I'll show you what Chefy's salt looks like. There we are. And what else do we need in there? Now, at the end of it, I was going to put in some paprika just to give it some colour, so that it looks nice. But I haven't got any. Look, boo, it's empty. Another one. Now, at the end, as well, towards the end, you can put in some salad herbs. Now, these are my salad herbs. I also had a comment left for me to saying, do I put this in everything? And the answer is no, I don't put them in my cornflakes. Okay, so these now you could put fresh parsley in here. I just checked my parsley downstairs, and it's only about that big. So to cut it now would to kill the plants. I need to get it higher up. I should have planted it earlier. My fault. And so we're going to put those in a bit later. Plus the garlic we're going to put in a bit later. So that we're done with that. I have to get more pepper in a minute. And we're going to now focus on this. We're going to start heating this up. Now it's important to have a pan like this, kind of wok-shaped thing or skillet, so you can, because what you're going to be doing is tossing this potatoes in a mixture. So you need to be able to get them up like that. And it's more easier to do if you tilt the pan like that. Okay, so that's the action we'll be doing. We're not going to put them in just yet. We're going to just take off the rawness of this vegetable with some olive oil. Now you can use olive oil in this, no problem, because you're not heating it super hot all the time. It's not going to be cooking it for too long. So we'll put that on high, like that. Just let that warm up a little bit. Meanwhile, we'll fill up the pepper mill with some peppercorns. If you're filling the pepper mill, don't think, yeah, I can do a bit more, because you'll waste it. And these are not thick nowadays, you know, peppercorns. So just fill it up to what you think is like 2/3 or 3/4 full, and leave it like that. Otherwise you'll get peppercorns all over the floor. So, there we are, that's the pepper mill prepared again. So, we'll get some black pepper in there. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll switch it to that one, because this one is going to take forever, and you don't want to be here all day. So these potatoes have just been resting here, drying out. It's good that they dry out a little bit, because you want them dry for them, but you don't want them, because they go in there, they steam, and you don't want steamed potatoes, you want fried potatoes. We're not going to fry them like a chip. We're just going to heat them through again. So at the moment they're not al dente, they're just a bit firm. So when we cook them again, they're cooking even now in there, but when we cook them again in there, they're going to be just right. It's perfect. So when you do serve them up, it's not like eating a mushy potato. There's nothing like worse than that. So not unless it's mashed, of course. So a mushy potato and a potato salad is not so good. So we're going to just wait until this is heated up. Right. Now, the camera lady zoom in here, please. Now you can see these things are taking on a bit of a colour now. You want them to take on a little bit more than that. You got a little bit of brown on the edges. So just leave that just for now. Now, what you can do, focus over here, please, is you think, well, looks a bit boring, just potatoes and onions. Well, you can do some olives. Make sure slice them that way, like thin rondelles, like that, little rounds of olive, and you can bung those in. And I'll do that with this one. So you see what it looks like. So it's kind of like a potato salad with things in it. So it's not boring. You don't have to put olives in if you don't want to. You know. It's a serving suggestion, something that you could do with it to make it a bit more lively. So we're going to put those in now, and it's not very good. So let's back those in. Okay, so and it's getting there. It's starting to colour the bottom of the pan as well, so you know it's kind of there. Now what we're going to do is bung these in. Look, ring is on max. Look. We're going to bung these in like that, and just move that away. Now, you want to stir this, don't do it like that. You just break it up, do it from the bottom, pick it up from the bottom, and then move it over like that. Now this is the beauty about having a pan this shape, because you can get your spoon in there and get right on the bottom of it. You don't want to make this stick on the bottom. Not so good. If it sticks, then okay, right. We continue to fry this. Now if it gets a bit sticky, just add a little splurge of olive oil on again. All adds flavour. Now we're going to add a little bit of salt in there. No, we're not. A little bit of salt in there like that. A bit more. So it's getting to the point now where it needs the garlic. Now, get the garlic in there. Right, okay, so we've been cooking this for a few minutes, and this is kind of it, it's kind of done now. So we've added our garlic before, as you saw, and we've added a few salad herbs. The salad herbs just really to give it some, you know, bit, not really so much for the flavour, just for the good colour in there, because you've got red, the green, the white of the onion, the different colour of the olive, that adds the flavour. Now, talking about non-stick, you can see the mixture sticking on the bottom here. So this is a non-stick pan, it's okay to use a metal spoon. But if you've got a non-stick pan, you shouldn't hardly get anything stuck on the bottom there. So all that is goodness, you see, really, but it's a bit wasted. And I could add water to that and get it off, but it would make the potatoes all wet. I don't want that. So I want to keep them dry. This is a dry potato mix, look. The only thing that wetness you can see is the olive oil. So that's how you want to keep it. That's been seasoned, it's got salt and pepper in it, so it's ready to go. Now, you can either have these hot straight away off of there, just turn it down to 1. Now, if you cook this at say, I don't know, you can cook it in advance. And what you need to do is just to get a nice lid, like that, turn the heat off and leave it. And when you want to come to eat it, then just put it on low. Put it on low to warm up. Or what you could do is you could say you don't want it, you just want a cold salad. This tastes really good cold. So then it'd be, no, I want a cold salad, cold potato salad. So no problem. What you do is you get a bowl, a nice presenting dish, something like that, and then you put the potato salad, getting all the scrapings off the, because that's where the flavour is, in the bottom of the pan, concentrated in there. So you get all the flavours off. Come on, lady, please stop sniffing, thanks. So now what you want to do is kind of hoof it out, and then look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That, I tell you, oh, that's superb. Now that has got colour and flavour in there. Now, okay, if you let that cool down, it might be nice as a warm salad, so not hot, not cold. You can have it as a cold salad, up to you. If you want to put it in the fridge, keep it, cover it with something, and don't serve it directly from the fridge when you serve it up. Just let it bring it out half an hour before, because if the potato salad that's cold, it's got less flavour than it when it's at room temperature. Anyway, that's my potato salad. We're going to have that with some merguez sausages. These are sausages made with, not made from pork. They're made with lamb and beef normally, and they're a bit spicy, or can be. They can blow your head off sometimes. But that, and some salad, green salad. You know, salad, lettuce, tomato, cucumber. That's all from me. Hope you enjoyed the recipe. Give us a thumbs up if you like it, you've done it, and leave a comment if it's gone well for you. You can get my recipes up here, some more of them, quick tips up here, and you can subscribe down here. So until next time.